Hello, fellow gamers. It's your boy Zero Wink, and I'm back with another Kickshot angle discussion. I apologize. I'm trying to get as much content up for you guys as possible. It's just been on and off with my health, and that's why I really feel for guys like Boogie and guys like Total Biscuit and guys that have these health issues and they're still going out there and giving their best. And I completely respect that because I know how hard it is and I know what it feels like to be in that position. So anyone who knows about my health issues. Anyone who's been here for a while knows I struggle with my health. I'm getting better, but I'm still struggling with my health at this point. Here's the thing. I'm noticing around the gaming community that there's a lot of hate. Stumbled upon a video by Miss K, great YouTuber. Definitely go check her out. I'll put her channel down in the description. She is a wonderful, wonderful YouTuber, and she's always optimistic, and she's always having fun, and she's always enjoying herself, which is what gaming's supposed to be about. And when I look at a lot of my feed, I see negative video after negative video after negative video, whether it be for the Street Fighter V thing, which I'm not going to get into, or whether it be for this game or that game, or Xbox being offline, or PlayStation being offline, or. It's always the negative. None of the positives or progressive things that have happened in the gaming industry in the past 10 years. And I think that's what's affecting the gaming industry the most. Think about it this way. If you were a dev, if you were an artist, you were putting out quality work. The best paintings money can buy, and everybody was shitting on it. You put your heart and soul into that, everybody was shitting on it, right? Or a good majority of people shitting on it. Would you really want to put the extra time in to make it perfect anymore? If no matter what you do, you're going to get a negative feedback from the community, especially on social media, you have a whole bunch of negative people. People who dislike just to dislike stuff. Now, I'm not saying this is for everybody, but if the shoe fits, wear it. Why would you want to put that extra time in if it's just going to get shit on anyway? Think of how many games have made it over 90. Very few. Dragon Quest had more content in it than a lot of your first-person shooters that have come out. It's had more content in it than a lot of these other games, but nobody's buying Dragon Quest in the US. Nobody's buying the games that actually give you that much content. And then they have the goal to bitch about games they know is gonna have less content than all the other games. Any game you see that is a graphical masterpiece is gonna have less content than a game that actually takes a little bit away from the graphics to put more content in the game. Because there's always a trade-off. But back to my original point. If you try to please everybody, you end up pleasing nobody. You see what I'm saying? And that's the problem. You have these devs that are trying to please everybody. And of course, nobody's happy after that. Because you're trying to please this guy, and that might not be good for me. You're trying to please her, and that might not be good for him. And you're trying to please that person, and that might not be good for that person. If you try to please everybody, you're gonna fail. In life, in art, in everything. You cannot please everybody, which is why when you have all these negative videos about all this stuff in the gaming industry and very little positive, they forget gaming is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be a positive experience. What do you normally do when the people around you are all negative? You go away, right? You disassociate with that person who's always negative. Why? Because when someone around you is negative all the time, when someone around you is negative about everything, you have to disassociate yourself so that you don't fall into that negative mindset. You have this person with all these negative subscribers in the gaming industry, and now the negativity is just going from one person to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. It's like that Safe Spaces episode where Butters goes nuts just looking at all the negativity that's out there. The negativity is everywhere. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I seem to be one of the few on YouTube who actually is not disappointed with this generation. I've played some great games. I've played Dragon Quest Heroes, great game. Disgaea 5, great game. Alien Isolation, great game. I'm about to get into Evil Within and Resident Evil Revelations. Probably gonna enjoy those too. Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist, great game. Oddworld New and Tasty, great game. You see what I'm saying? You see where I'm going with this though? I'm not hurting for games to play. Bloodborne, great game. I'm not upset at this gaming industry. I'm not upset at the developers. I'm not talking about how shit the industry has become. Yeah, there's some shitty practices going around. There's no denying there's some shitty practices going around. But there's also a lot of advancements and a lot of things to be excited for within the gaming space. So if you have both negatives and positives, how come everybody is only covering the negative? And everyone goes, well, because that's what gets views. If you're covering the negative just to get views, then you are in this gaming community for the wrong reasons. Gaming's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be enjoyable. It's supposed to be enjoyed by many. And it's hard to look at my feed these days. It's hard to look at a lot of you guys' videos because all I hear is negative. The streams of gameplay of different types of games not getting any views. I see the only things getting reviews are the people who yell, scream, jump up and down, rant, and bitch about what they believe personally is going on with the gaming community. But again, I'm going to say this quote because I want this to sink in, guys. If you try to please everybody, you end up pleasing nobody. So why are you asking the devs to basically commit suicide by trying to please every single gamer that's out there? It's never going to happen. Gaming is a beautiful, beautiful thing. I'm going to leave you with another question to ask yourself. Would your life be better without gaming? Because that's what it sounds like. With all the negativity out there now, it sounds like you would be better off if you weren't gaming at all. Now, that might make you mad, that might make you upset, but with all the negative videos you've put out about gaming, you might be better off just to go try another hobby somewhere else. If you are that upset about the gaming industry and the way gaming has become, and yes, I'm using air quotes, then you can always go somewhere else. You can always leave if you don't enjoy it anymore. No, nothing's keeping you here. The gaming community is a very beautiful place, and I thank the devs, and I thank the positive YouTube channels, and I thank everyone who is trying to make gaming the best it possibly can be, and promote it in a light that it should be promoted in, which is a wonderful place to be, a wonderful hobby to have. It's not that gaming has gotten worse, because there's always been shady practices. Always throughout the gaming industry, there's always been shady practices. And if you go all the way back to the NES like I do, you know how many problems those NES games had. But we still played them, and we still enjoyed them, and we still loved them for what they were. Now, if you can honestly listen to this and say, you know what, but gaming's still fucked up, then maybe it's time for you to leave gaming. Ask yourself that. Are you just to the point where you don't find gaming fun anymore? Enjoyable anymore? Because if that's the case, it's time to leave instead of making everybody else as mad as you. You see what I'm saying? We have to get out of this mode that gaming sucks, because it doesn't suck. I've had nothing but good things to say about this generation. But that's me. This is one guy's opinion on the internet. You don't have to take it. You can take it with a grain of salt. This has been Zero. Keep gaming, gamers. And I will see all of you guys and gals next time.